So here's my Sonicwake version 1, the original Sonicwake. And when I got the boat, I replaced the stock rudder with the Offshore Electrics dual pickup. So there's actually a notch in both sides, and you can see the dual pickup water lines. So that's the very first thing I did. One other thing to note, the stock rudder on the version 1 is just a little shorter than the Offshore Electrics rudder. The Offshore Electrics is a little bit longer. From the back, you can see it's actually sharp here versus kind of squared off on the stock. You can see that. On the very first run, I put the boat in the water and the stock prop came off and sank to the bottom of the lake. So after that, I got a couple more parts from Offshore Electrics. I got the trim tab adjuster plates, which are these here. This is the trim tab that comes with the boat. I did not change the actual trim tabs. What I did was I added this adjuster with the screw so you can actually set your trim tab angle and it'll stay put. So I put those on. The other thing I added was a 43 millimeter diameter by 1.4 pitch ratio prop. It's the CNC prop I got from Offshore Electrics. First time I ran it with that, had what I thought was a minor flip, and the motor mount broke free. In here you can see all that epoxy all the way around the motor mount. And the way I did that was I had to sand the surface, because surface prep is key for doing any kind of epoxy. And I used the G-Flex epoxy, which is really strong and really good stuff. And it's been holding up under a couple of other crashes. Another thing I've done is I use these Apex products battery straps. They have that rubberized surface, because I had a problem where my batteries were always sliding front and back, and instead of putting Velcro, I used this. It's got that kind of sticky surface, rubbery surface, and it actually holds the batteries in place really well. So when I lost that top bushing, I ended up having to buy a whole new rudder bracket assembly, because I couldn't buy just the bushing or just the pieces I needed. I had to buy the whole set. So what I ended up doing was I actually bought the Sonicwake version 2 dual water pickup set. So it's got the rudder, it's got the mount, everything is in here. All I needed obviously was the bushing, but I figured, you know, in case I had to replace the whole thing, I'd rather do it with the dual pickup. So the nice thing is the version 2 dual pickup rudder, it's sharpened just like the Offshore Electrics. The difference here is this actually has dual water pickups on both sides, whereas the offshore has just got the one on each side. But you also notice how much shorter the V2 Sonicwake rudder is compared to the offshore electric. So after seeing how short this was, I decided I'm just going to stick with the offshore electric's rudder, and that's what I did. So I've got a spare rudder if I ever need it.